Welcome, welcome everyone, and aloha pa as we live stream this small gathering to you all here today. The program has been carefully organised in accordance with government rules and guidelines and with the support of the cemetery here. We will commence today with the prayer revealed by Bahai for the hands of the cause.
Light and glory, greeting and praise upon the hands of his cause, through whom the light of fortitude hath shone forth, and the truth hath been established that the authority to choose rests with God, the powerful, the mighty, the unconstrained, through whom the ocean of bounty hath surged, and the fragrance of gracious favours of God, the Lord of mankind, hath been diffused. We beseech him, exalted is he, to shield them through the power of his host, to protect them through the potency of his dominion, and to aid him through his indomitable strength, which prevaileth over all created things. Sovereignty is God's, the creator of the heavens and the Lord of the kingdom of names. Bahai.
Thank you, Joe. The local spiritual assembly of Sutherland welcome you to this holy site, the graves of our dear Mother and Father Dunn. This is a very historic moment, and we feel honoured to be here. We did plan on having a large gathering here with black jelly beans, Kashmir bouquet soap, scones and jam and cream, being Mother's favourite with homemade lemonade. However, a virus got in our way. We are sure Mother and Father Dunn are both welcoming each and every one of you with their open arms from their vantage point of the concourse on high. We know that we are all able to and encouraged to call on holy souls to assist us in our daily lives. Community members here in Sutherland regularly visit this very special place and call on the assistance of Mother and Father Dunn. Sutherland Baha'i community have a long Baha'i history, and we feel very blessed that we have the resting place of Mother and Father Dunn in our community. And Sutherland is one of the earliest Baha'i centres in Australia. We are also very blessed to have a third generation Australian Baha'i, Laurie Lake, in our community. Unfortunately, due to the current circumstances, we are unable to introduce him here today. Some of you will remember his mother, Greta Lake, who was on the NSA and is buried just over here. Laurie met Mother Dunn on a number of occasions, and if you visit here, you will be able to hear him speak about meeting Mother Dunn when he was a young boy. The National Assembly sent a very beautiful 3-page letter to the Australian Baha'i community early this morning. This letter, in part, says, "This is indeed an auspicious moment in our collective history. 100 years ago today, Clara and John Henry Hyde Dunn arrived on our shores to plant the seeds of the Australian Baha'i community. They arose inspired by the call of the beloved Master in his tablets of the divine plan, armed with strength of spirit, confidence and reliance on God, undeterred by their age, health and relative poverty, to open our vast nation to the revelation of Baha'u'llah." Thus they brought the divine teachings destined to ultimately usher in peace and tranquility for all humanity to our far-off continent. In 1905, Hyde Dunn's life was to be completely changed. He had heard one verse of Baha'u'llah's words, and this was all it took for him to be sure that God's message had been renewed and that his dreams had come true. It was in a tinker's shop he overheard the words, "Let not a man glory in this, that he loves his country. Let him rather glory in this, that he loves his kind." In 1919, Clara and Hyde read Abdu'l-Baha's call in a series of letters called the Tablets of the Divine Plan, for Baha'is to take the Baha'i faith to all the countries of the world, travelling as he teachings. This, alas, I cannot do.
Barbara.
How intensely I deplore it. Come forward. How intensely I deplore it. Please God, ye may achieve it. Clara later recounted that she looked up from the page she was reading aloud to Hyde and said, "Let us go where Abdu'l-Baha wished to go," adding, "We are almost in poverty." Hyde replied unhesitatingly, "Yes, we will go." They decided to set out immediately for Australia, where no Baha'is resided. True to Abdu'l-Baha's call to action, mother and father began making preparations to leave for Australia. For a moment, mother was uncertain whether Abdu'l-Baha would wish for both father and herself to both go, and wrote to Abdu'l-Baha. They nevertheless prepared to go. A telegraph boy appeared with a cable from Abdu'l-Baha containing these words, "Highly commendable." They carried the message of Baha'u'llah to no less than 700 towns throughout Australia and New Zealand. It has been written about seeing Mother Dunn praying. To think of prayer as being something you rattle off to an invisible deity is to miss the point entirely. When Mother prayed, it was every word that had meaning to her, and she never rushed. It was more akin to a performer of music in full swing, transformed by the music being played, and in turn transforming others. We are now going to hear something I think is very special. I was given a copy of this tape by hand of the cause, Collis Featherston, who recorded Mother Dunn saying her favourite prayer. This prayer was recorded in 1958 when Mother Dunn, at the request of the beloved guardian, Shoghi Effendi, placed a piece of plaster from the fortress of Marku, where the Bab had been imprisoned, in the foundations of the Australian Baha'i House of Worship. We will now hear Mother Dunn recite her favourite prayer. You will hear an introduction by hand of the cause, Collis Featherston, and then you will also hear Mother Dunn say to Collis, "Can I hold on to you?" I found a photo this morning of where Mother Dunn is holding on to Collis's arm. I'm sorry I didn't get it online for you today, but it's rather beautiful because this is the exact scene of where this was recorded.
Friends, we shall start the temple dedication ceremony. by opening with a prayer from our dear and beloved Clara Dunn, who, as you all know, was the pioneer to this continent, who has established and been responsible for establishing a world faith on one of the continents of the world.
Shall I hold on to you? O Lord, my God, my haven in my distress, my shield and my shelter in my woe, my asylum and refuge in time of need, and in my loneliness, my companion, in my anguish, my solace, and in my solitude, a loving friend, the remover of the pangs of my sorrows, and the pardoner of my sins. Wholly unto thee do I turn, fervently imploring thee with all my heart, my mind, and my tongue, to shield me from all that runs counter to thy will. In this, the cycle of thy divine unity, and to cleanse me of all defilement that will hinder me from seeking, stainless and unsullied, the shade of the tree of thy grace. Have mercy, O Lord, on the feeble, make whole the sick, and quench the burning thirst. Gladden the bosom wherein the fire of thy love doth smolder, and set it aglow with the flame of thy celestial love and spirit. Robe the tabernacles of divine unity with the vesture of holiness, and set upon my head the crown of thy favor. Illumine my face with the radiance of the orb of thy bounty, and graciously aid me in ministering at thy holy threshold. Make my heart overflow with love for thy servants, and grant that I may become the sign of thy mercy, the token of thy grace, the promoter of concord amongst thy loved ones, devoted unto thee, uttering thy commemoration, and forgetful of self, but ever mindful of what is thine. O Lord, my God, stay not from me the gentle gale of thy pardon and grace, and deprive me not of the wellsprings of thine aid and favor. 'Neath the shade of thy celestial wings let me nestle, and cast upon me the glance of thine all-protecting eye. Loose my tongue to laud thy name midst thy servants, and my voice may be raised in great assemblies, and from my lips may stream the flood of thy praise. For thou art in truth the gracious, the glorified, the merciful, the omnipotent.
In January 1932, Mother Dunn met the beloved guardian in Haifa and begged him to replace them because she felt clumsy, awkward and uneducated. The guardian reminded her that Peter, the fisherman in the Bible, could neither read nor write and did not even know the days of the week. He told her to go back to Australia and form the National Assembly. Mother returned with a new spirit, and the National Assembly was formed in 1934. Mother Dunn was very fun-loving and could be very witty and had a delightful sense of humour. Did you know that one thing that actually improves with age is your forgettery? When she addressed a large gathering of Baha'is, she told them that the Baha'i faith was like the measles, catching. She loved the sense of speed and, like many a teenager today, would encourage a driver to go faster and faster. Shoghi Effendi said of Father Dunn's magnificent career that he was a veteran warrior of the faith of Baha'u'llah. He was appointed a Hand of the Cause after his death. The Hands of the Cause in the Holy Land, in announcing Mother Dunn's death, paid tribute to her as a distinguished member of the American Baha'i community who responded to Abdu'l-Baha's call to take the Baha'i faith to the Antipodes and who rendered our unique, unforgettable pioneer service. It was not until some time after coming to Australia that Mother received a letter from an early believer which began, "Dear Mother." It was then that Mother recalled a dream that she would be widely called Mother someday. And from that time on, she and her husband became affectionately known as Mother and Father throughout Australia and the world. I would like to thank the Sale family who have gone to extraordinary efforts to arrange this live streaming today, and to the National Baha'i Office who notified the communities accordingly. In the correspondence from our National Assembly very early this morning, I looked at it, it was 4:44, they sent it out. And they asked us to call to mind the words of the beloved Master, written during another period of global crisis, World War I, a few years prior to Clara and Hyde Dunn arising to pioneer to our shores, reminding us of our capacity, our destiny, and the confident roles we must each play in the steady march of humanity towards peace, justice, and harmony. In quoting Abdu'l-Baha, the National Assembly writes in this incredible letter that came out this morning, 18 things that Abdu'l-Baha points out to us to be. And it's, "As for you, O ye lovers of God," Abdu'l-Baha says, "make firm your steps in his cause with such resolve that ye shall not be shaken through the direst of calamities assail the world. By nothing, under no conditions, be ye perturbed. Be ye anchored fast as the high mountains. Be stars that dawn over the horizon of life. Be bright lamps in the gatherings of unity. Be souls humble and lowly in the presence of the friends. Be innocent in heart. Be ye symbols of guidance. Be lights of godliness severed from the world, clinging to the handhold that is sure and strong, spreading abroad the spirit of life, riding the ark of salvation. Be ye day springs of generosity, dawning points of the mysteries of existence, sites where inspiration alighted, rising places of splendours, souls that are sustained by the Holy Spirit, enamoured of the Lord, detached from all save him, wholly above the characteristics of humankind, clothed in the attributes of the angels of heaven. Then Abdul Bahai goes on to tell us why we should do these things, these 18 things he asks us to be. He says that ye may win for yourselves the highest bestowal of all in this new time, this wondrous age. In the beautiful and recent correspondence at Nauruz from the Universal House of Justice, and reflecting on the difficult times humanity is currently facing, they ask us to do two things. And in your quiet moments, when no course of action other than prayer seems possible, then we invite you to add your supplications to our own and ardently pray for the relief of suffering. Tim is going to say this full prayer that was quoted at the end of that message. Thank you, Tim.
O thou provider, thou hast breathed over the friends in the west the sweet fragrance of the Holy Spirit, and with the light of divine guidance thou hast lit up the western sky. Thou hast made those who were once remote to draw near unto thyself. Thou hast turned strangers into loving friends. Thou hast awakened those who slept. Thou hast made the heedless mindful. O thou provider, assist thou these noble friends to win thy good pleasure and make them well-wishers of stranger and friend alike. Bring them into the world that abideth forever. Grant them a portion of heavenly grace. Cause them to be true Baha'is, sincerely of God. Save them from outward semblances and establish them firmly in the truth. Make them signs and tokens of the kingdom, luminous stars above the horizons of this nether life. Make them to be a comfort and a solace to humankind and servants to the peace of the world. Accelerate them with the wine of thy counsel, and grant that all of them may tread the path of thy commandments. O thou provider, the dearest wish of this servant of thy threshold is to behold the friends of East and West in close embrace, to see all the members of human society gathered with love in a single great assemblage, even as individual drops of water collected in one mighty sea, to behold them all as birds in one garden of roses, as pearls of one ocean, as leaves of one tree, as rays of one sun. Thou art the mighty, the powerful, and thou art the God of strength, the omnipotent, the all-seeing.
Thank you so much for joining us today. This very small group here, but many people watching it online, and our community look forward to meeting you here at the graves of Mother and Father Dunn. Please contact us if you want to visit, and we'll meet you down here at the graveside if you'd like. Thank you all, and goodbye for now.